Go live. Hello, hello, hello. It is Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle makers, and I'm here. We are three of the fam five. I've got my girl Denise Spiller with me and my brother from another mother, Jay Pasqua, and we are going to get started on this thankful Thursday. I tell you guys all the time, Thursday is my favorite day of the week because that's the day where we focus on gratitude. We talk about the things that we are grateful for, and we stop and we slow down and we allow ourselves to feel what that does to our bodies. When you're focused on gratitude, when despite what might be going on in your life, if you can find something to be grateful for, find something that's working well, it can shift your perspective just enough to give you that relief that you need so that you can start to focus and get into a solution mode versus problem mode. And before you know it, you've thought your way out of whatever it is that was causing you the angst in the first place. So I see some folks have joined us. Welcome. I see Smith James. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, let's see. Huh. All right, Joseph, welcome. Is that Huette? Welcome, Kiki, IB. You guys are scrolling in. As you get settled in, please feel free to share the live. Let's see. I see Brian is joining us on stage. Welcome, Brian, Mr. Content himself. Welcome to Thankful Thursday. We are just getting started and kind of greeting folks as they come in. Um, you guys go ahead and share to LinkedIn this morning, and I will do the same in the future. I just know I was trying to get it shared, but it was giving me trouble, so I didn't want to make us late. So I'll let you guys do it like you've been doing all week. And then after today, I'm back whole. Good morning, Duke. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Joseph, Sylvia. Thank you guys for joining. William Player 9980. I see you there. Good morning, Mother. She's giving y'all a big good morning with lots of exclamation points. See, she and I are both exclamation point abusers. I probably it's amazing that that key still exists on any of my devices because I exclamation point. But that's how I feel and that's how I talk and I write the way I talk. So I catch myself hitting it all the time and sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't, but then that wouldn't be me. So if you're getting messages from me, there's probably lots of exclamation points in them. Smith James, you have a beautiful smile. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And is your first name James? Is that what we're doing? Are you leading with your last name there? It looks like that may be the case. But nonetheless, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Meek Too Cold. Wildflower, Syria, Willie Pete. You guys are rolling in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Richard, I see you there. Netta, thanks for joining. Kim Nicole, Dominique Martin, quite a few of you scrolling through. Let me pull up. Let's see if I've got the quote handy or if any of us have it handy. Wrote it down. Hold on just a second. While I'm pulling up the quote, let's get started. Gratitude is an easy one, right? Quote or no quote. We're talking about what we're grateful for and the effect that gratitude has on our lives. So we'll start with you guys the way that the order that you came in. I'm gonna have to start flipping it because Jay beats me here most days, so he's always gonna be first like this. So Jay, go ahead and unmic and start talking to us about if you want to share what you're grateful for or how you use gratitude as a tool in your life or whatever you want to share. And those of you guys in the audience, let's get our gratitude chain started. Where whatever form of social media you're catching us from, go ahead and drop what you're grateful for and we'll start sharing all across the world, all across different forms of social media. We will get our gratitude train started. Good morning, Azalea. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so Jay, go ahead and unmute, and you can start with what you would like to share about gratitude.
So I want to just start off by um, thanking God for allowing me to be here another day.
Uh-oh, it looks like you're freezing a little bit. There you
Uh-oh. Okay. So I just want to start off by thanking God for another day. You know, I think we got to start there. And then the other
Yes.
thing I want to thank God for is the ability to come together in community, um, to be thankful. And the community I'm thankful for as well is the Fam Five. Um, we have gotten together um, and communed um,
Mhm.
and broken bread digitally. And I really like the fact that we've come together as a family. Um, and that's important to me. And the way we've come together and the partnership that we've all put together in this union, it I I haven't experienced that in my work life for a very 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 long time, and so but this ain't work to me though. I say work, but it isn't. Um, and storytelling is a passion, and I think that that's what I want to start off with today. That's the gratitude I have. That's what's showing up for me right now.
I love that. I remember a quote. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I think that's basically what you were communicating, because you're stepping into your passion, into your calling, doing what inwardly you know that you were created to do. It's not work. It's that's the dream job. That's the ultimate, when you actually can do what it is that you feel like you were designed to do and still sustain your family. That, how much luckier can you get? How much more blessed can you be than for that to be your story? Good morning, Toya. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you guys for joining. We were just talking about gratitude. Jay just shared that how grateful he is for me. And Toya, you can right. That's my sister, y'all. I know you're grateful for me, right, baby sister? So Jay just basically said this. I'll just sum it up for him. He said a whole bunch of words, but they all boiled down that he's grateful for me. Thanks, Jay. I feel the same way. Y'all, I'm over the moon this morning. I have been in LinkedIn jail since last Saturday afternoon. So the only way I was able to show up at all was because of members of the Fam Five, that you guys that can see are on the screen. They were streaming it, and they were calling me on the phone and letting me verbally participate, and it was not easy, and that had to be an inconvenience to have me chirping in your ear while you're trying to hear, what's going on in the rooms that you're in. But they did it anyway. They made it work, and I'm so grateful. And for some people, it's like, what's the big deal? It's just LinkedIn. It's just social media. But we're building something here. And when you have momentum and things are really going well and you can see stuff happening, and then bam, you hit a wall, it's discouraging. And I made a conscious decision to not be discouraged. And when those feelings would start to creep up a little bit, I would talk to them. And I would talk about the Fam Five and how they're making a way for me anyway. I would talk about the fact that I might not be able to directly get on LinkedIn, but I can reach you on Instagram. I can reach you guys on Facebook. I can reach you on TikTok. So the wheels kept turning, and we actually grew from this experience. We exchanged our numbers and things to make sure that we could still communicate outside of LinkedIn. We made plans to have backup plans to our backup plans, so that we don't lose everything in one swoop if something happened with technology. And so when things are not going your way, you can focus on what's not working, and that's really going to make you miserable. All you're going to see is more and more and more of what's not working. Or you can start to focus on, what can I get from this? And I said to them on more than one occasion, there must be something else that I need to do with my time right now. There must be some other things that I need to tap into. There must be something that I need to learn from this experience. And when you come at it from that perspective, it's not so heavy. It's not so difficult because you're actually looking for the good. You're looking for the lesson. You're looking for how this experience, whatever it is, can make you better. And when you find that, there, then you're grateful for that experience as well. You're grateful for the lesson. You're grateful for the experience that got you to that lesson. So gratitude just helps you keep going when otherwise you could get suffocated right where you are and just have such a difficult time moving forward. So that's what we're talking about today and every Thursday is gratitude. Cynthia said, you all are meshing so well. It shows. Thank you all for being such a beautiful blessing. Thank you, Cynthia. That's exactly what we how we hope to show up. If y'all could see us cutting up after when the cameras are not on, we enjoy each other and we see so many opportunities together that we don't think would be as substantial if even one of us was plucked from the collective. So we really appreciate you saying that because that's what we feel, and it's really great to know that it's showing as well. I'm not sure if it's Umya or Puya from Tanzania. Wow. Welcome all the way from Tanzania. That's amazing. We keep having people show up from all corners of the earth. We just never know. But we see lots of folks from different parts of Africa, from the UK, from all over the US. And that's why it's important. It's important that we're consistent. It's important that we show up. And when we do show up, that we have something to share because one of the things that we're grateful for is each one of you. You're taking time out of your day to hang out with us for a little bit. And we want it to be more than just a social hangout. The reason that we show up is because we're hoping that something that we say, something that we share from our experiences will help somebody else. I say it all the time. If my trauma, if my difficulties, if anything that I've been through can short circuit that experience for somebody else, if they can get through it a little bit faster, a little bit smoother, with a little bit more self care and hope, because of something that I've said, then my stuff wasn't in vain. It wasn't wasted. I'm able to share it and give somebody else the opportunity of learning from that experience without having to go into the nitty gritty of it. I think that's a part of why we're all here. And as we learn to be transparent and we learn to be more authentically ourselves, good, bad, and indifferent, somebody will be blessed by that. So I'm grateful for each one of you. And I will read the quote. Greetings, Sandra from Nigeria. Sandra, everyone who I see from Nigeria, I claim immediately as my cousin. So, hey, cousin. I did the ancestry test about a year ago, and the highest percentage of my DNA comes from Nigeria. And so me and my husband have been talking about it. We want to get there, enjoy the food, enjoy the culture, get to know more about where my lineage comes from. And who knows, maybe I will find actual cousins at some point. But Sandra, we got some of the same blood, whether it's we're actually DNA related or not. I come from where you are, and that's all I know. But I'm grateful to know that much and to have the opportunity to be curious and to learn more. Sandra said, "Hi, cousin." Hey, cousin. Maybe we'll have a family reunion one day because I do intend to get to Nigeria. That's high on my list. Let me read the quote. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. And that was by William Arthur Ward. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. So we're going to go to you next, Denise. How does that quote resonate with you or anything else you want to share? Feel free to do that now.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. welcome our cousins from Africa. My trip over to Africa changed my life. I see you, Adeyeye. That's Sandra. I see you. Welcome, Tanzania. Anybody else in the house? You guys, welcome this morning. It's early here in California, and why I'm over here, it's actually hot. We're in October. Y'all know it's supposed to be kind of cool. My fan broke. I'm sweating. I'm like, that's all right. Count it all joy. Little sweat never killed nobody. Man, listen, I had not, when you're going through some things and it disturbs your sleep. I know everybody can relate to that. It don't matter what it is. For some people it's work, for some people it's their kids or they're sick or whatever. They go through some things. I had not slept well for months. I can't even tell you how long, because I just got so used to it. I got so comfortable in that discomfort, because when you don't sleep it's not good, right? But I had gotten so comfortable in it that I really kind of forgot I wasn't sleeping well. And over this last, I'd say, month and a half, this connection to the Fam Five, this embracing of myself, where I can just be myself again amongst people that will allow me to just be me, whether I'm going through it or not. I can show up and be like, listen, hey y'all, I'm having a bad day, or hey, this is bothering me. I know it shouldn't be bothering me. Help me, whatever, help me craft a response. Um, that has blessed my life so much. I realized this morning when I woke up at like 4:15 and the alarm was set for 4:30, and I stretched out. You know how you stretch when you be like, I didn't even realize. I didn't realize the alarm had one. I was so grateful just in that moment. I was like, okay, girl, you slept. I was talking to myself. I was like, oh, girl, you slept. And the night before. And it's not a matter of the number of hours, is my point. It's that each day when I'm waking up, I'm feeling so refreshed. Mentally, I'm feeling more organized. Focus is probably at the top of my list for things that I have to work on, but I'm using my tools that I put in place to focus more. So I got so much to be grateful for today. Don't start with me. I could just keep going and going and going. It's just one of those Thursdays, man. Sometimes you just be like, okay, glad I survived this week. It was a rough week. No, the whole thing. I'm umbrellaed under gratefulness this morning. It's just like flowing. I'm smoking under the umbrella of it. I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so grateful and so thankful. So, man, I just want to encourage y'all. If you having a moment, just either one of y'all three or Eric or anybody that's even listening, just remember your presence here is blessing somebody, and be like, well, I'm gonna count it that. Thank you, Denise, for thanking me, because I'm thinking every single one of you guys this morning. I'm just so grateful. The support, the love, the understanding, the fact that sometimes I could just be like, I'm just not having a good day and I don't even know why. As human beings, sometimes we end up in that space. We just be like, why am I in a bad mood, or why am I this and that? Sometimes you just need a break. I've been there and just walking in myself, in my really, like, my real true voice, where I'm not faking happy for months now. And that in and of itself, man, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. So I'm so thankful for that. Just showing up as Denise, crazy and all. So thank y'all.
I got such a beautiful visual as you were talking. Can't y'all see the umbrella of thankfulness, the umbrella of gratitude, walking with that, and it's blocking all this stuff? I see bad mood. I see drama. I see anxiety. I see all these things that are raining down. And because you're under that umbrella of gratitude, they're not touching you. They're just falling away, hitting the ground, not taking root. They just fall away because you're walking under that umbrella. That's such a beautiful picture, Denise. Thank you for sharing that. I absolutely love that. My mom said, y'all know my mama stay in church, so she wake up in church. She in church all day. She go to bed in church, and we come from one of them churches where you talk back to the. That's right, Pastor. That's right. Come on now. So she said, "Come on, Denise." I have to do it in our church voice because I can literally hear her saying that right now. If she had a handkerchief or something, she might throw it at you. Come on, Denise. All right. So, Mr. Content, Brian. Y'all see J dabbing his forehead. When it get good in church, you get to sweating and you gotta dab. David Jones is laughing at us, y'all. we try to be we try to be professional, but it just don't stick, David. It does not. It's gonna come out. That personality is gonna come out, and we are who we are, goofy and all. So, Mr. Content, go ahead and unmic and tell us what you have to say about Thanksgiving, gratefulness, gratitude, how it shows up in your life, how you use it. And Shanna, I saw you roll through, girl. Welcome. Great that you're back with us today. I'm so glad to see your name flow by, and I see your picture up there. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on, Mr. Content. What you got to share with us, sir?
So I'm gonna have to echo what Jay and Denise both said about just being here and being grateful for my presence. Right. I know one thing I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to start moving around a little bit sooner to beat Jay. Jay's taking my spot.
Shalom.
You're up there in the corner, brother. But but I woke up this morning about 4 o'clock, and I just started being thankful for everything that I have. I go in stores, and every time I go somewhere, somebody's always asking me, well, how's your day going? And my response is always the same. It's going great, because any day on this side of the grass is a great day. Right. And
Amen.
that's how you really have to look at it. The odds of us being here are so they're so small, they're so slim that you really realize anything could take you out the game at any moment. These cars that we drive around in, they're just nuts and bolts holding it together, and you're going 60 miles an hour, and you're
Right.
doing this every single day, and you got nothing protecting you from the other car. And when you think about it, it's really God's grace that keeps us moving, that keeps us going, that keeps us safe.
Right.
And everything is a reason to be grateful. Everything that happens to us, we have a reason to be thankful. We have a reason to be grateful. We have a reason to shout praise, and just to smile. You've got no reason not to be joyful. You might not always be happy, but you
Right.
always have a reason to be joyful. Everything that you're going through might not be the thing that you want it to be. It might not be happening the way that you want it to happen, but it's happening for you, and it's happening to make you really realize just how good life is. Like we get caught up in so much stuff, and we don't have to. And for me, I just want to sit back and say thank you all the time. That was one of my mom. My dad was a pastor, and my mom used to sing in the church. So obviously, I used to have to get up and sing in the church. Me and my younger brother, we used to have to get up every time on Sunday and sing. And I'm not really the singing type, but I used to have to get up, and one of her favorite songs was just say thank you.
Hmm.
Whatever you're going through, just say thank you. So all I'm gonna say is thank you for this Fam Five Collective. This is really an online family. And if you know me, this is something I would have never done. I would have never even thought I would have been here having this kind of relationship, this kind of energy, this kind of synergy, Jay,
Right.
that we have, right, as a family. I never would have. Nah, you couldn't have told me this. But this is why you have to be thankful, because God has so much in store for you. You just have to open up and let Him. We're always talking about open up to your audience. Open up to God, and you'll always be thankful.
Hmm. My mama says sing, Brian.
You don't want to hear that. I
He
practice
said you
praise
don't
on
want to
you.
hear that.
Don't do that.
I think when she sung for us a couple Saturdays ago, didn't she? She sung a thankful song, didn't she? It was it I just want to thank you, Lord? I can't remember because she did a medley, but I know there was some gratitude in what she sang as well. We'll have to get you back, Mom, one
Absolutely.
morning
How
so you
come
can.
having Mama J sing weekly can't be a thing? I just why,
Did you hear that,
just,
Mother
why
Denise?
can't it just be a thing? I just don't
Denise would
understand.
like to know why it can't be a thing to have you sing weekly. I don't know how many folks that are watching now got a chance to hear her, but my mama got some pipes, y'all. she can put the medleys together without it. She giving a thumbs up, Denise, so you know she ready. She is the epitome of
No,
I
she
don't have
ready.
to get ready because I stay ready. Especially if there's a camera involved. She and my dad are North Pole, South Pole. The lights go on, and my mama is, where is the camera? Where do I smile? I'm ready. Let's go. My daddy's like, no, 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 no. He's in the background. He's gonna cheer us on. He's gonna tell us how great we did, y'all. I am 55 years old. Hear me, 55 years old. And when I broadcast from my parents' house a couple of weeks ago, I can't even tell y'all how many pictures and videos I have because my dad was snapping pictures and he was so proud and happy. Oh, your setup is so nice. That looks so professional. And he's like taking pictures just like he did when I was a kid. And mother, can y'all find a cheerleading picture? Because Denise has been asking me, and I just can't bring myself to look for it. But Denise wants to see me back in my cheerleading days, and she's collecting these pictures, and I don't know. We might have reached the point of where the trust is where the trust stops. I don't know if I want to give you little Cassandra pictures, Denise. I don't know what you're gonna do with them.
I'm worried a little bit.
Oh,
you?
trust me,
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. Give me that cheerleading picture, girl. You know I love you. Give me that picture.
Oh gosh.
Y'all crazy.
Denise always talks about my bubbly personality. She's like, you just got that personality. So yeah. I'll get you a picture. I will get you a picture. I started in the 4th grade and I didn't stop until I graduated from high school. So there's lots of pictures laying around. I just have to slow down enough to show you one of them. But we've seen Jay, we've seen young Jay, we've seen young Eric. So Brian, you and I are the holdouts, and Denise, you too. We need to see little Denise as well.
I
Yep.
agree.
Oh, she all of a sudden her mic doesn't work.
Was there ever a little Denise?
I don't think there
Inquiring
was.
minds want to know.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for the
Inquiring minds
co-sign on
want to
that.
know.
When you really think about it, there was never a little Denise. It was the same person on a smaller body. It was the same.
Smaller body.
I was literally just about to say that because my mom said, you know, you still look the same. So imagine this head and face and all of this on a little bitty body.
Little short body.
No baby version.
Oh my goodness. Let me get back to the quote. We digress. We digress. My mom's doing a bunch of googly eyes. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings. Are there really common days? When you think about the fact that the likelihood of you being here every day cannot be taken for granted, there really aren't any common days. What did Brian just say? Every day that we wake up on this side of the grass is something to be grateful for. So that's a mindset thing. Realizing that just because you woke up this morning, your eyes are open, the lungs are filling with air, you're able to move, however it is that you move. You know, we have different levels of ableness, and I respect that. So I know when I say you're able to, everybody can't walk. Everybody can't run. You know, we've got different abilities, but whatever your ability is, the fact that you're still here, there is opportunity, there is hope. Every day is a fresh new start. So if things didn't go as you planned yesterday, don't let that keep today from being what you intended it to be, because today is a new start. You don't have to drag yesterday into today. Start fresh, make some decisions, commit to what it is you're going to do today, and then do that. Put the energy behind it. So don't get stuck in yesterday. I've never been able to do blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying that, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So you append that yet to the end, and there's still hope. There's still opportunity. You can learn. You can figure it out. You can make some different choices, whatever those choices are. You're not stuck unless you believe that you're stuck. And gratitude and being grateful for, even in where you are today, finding the things to be grateful for can be the very action, the mental action that you need to open up your mind and get the creativity flowing, to lift some of the burden so that you can find your hope and your that's joy we're talking about, so that you can make the decisions that you need in order to have the life that you really would like to have. So gratitude can transform common days into thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy. So Jay talked a little bit about not even feeling like this is work because he's walking in his purpose. Even when we're walking in our purpose, we get into there's some routine stuff that we have to do. There's some things that you have to do every day to get stuff done, and that can be boring. That can be, oh, I'd much rather, for me, I'd much rather be doing this. I'd much rather be talking to you guys, hanging out with my fam five, reading your messages. This is the part that lights me up, not so much the creating of the lives and the sending out the invites and the there's some drudgery in actually showing up here every day. I've got to do some research and find a topic, maybe a quote, or create an acrostic, something to get the conversation flowing. There's background work that has to be done before we all show up. That could be drudgery, that could be mundane, that could be routine, but it's leading me to what it is I absolutely enjoy doing. So I don't think about it that way. I'm excited to get that part done because I know I'm going to wake up in the morning and have this part. And if I do the other part well, I'm prepared for today. I'm hanging out with my friends. We're having good conversation. So I can be grateful. I can find joy in the routine because I'm not focused on, oh, if only I could get somebody else to do this. If only I didn't have to do this part. I don't have to focus on that because I'm looking at the bigger picture, knowing it all will lead me to this point. So gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. I don't have any ordinary opportunities. An opportunity in and of itself, it's a blessing. I have all kinds of opportunities in my life. I had the opportunity to meet these people. I have the opportunity to hang out with you guys every day. I have opportunities in other aspects of my life. And there is nothing ordinary about that. I know that some of the things that I'm blessed to do, someone else would love to have that same opportunity. So I don't allow myself to mentally squander them. Right. And, we think about our jobs sometime, the 9 to 5, and we can get so frustrated. But there's opportunity. There's opportunity to pay the bills. There's opportunity to learn skills. There's opportunities to learn and interact with other people. It all comes down to how you're thinking about it. What is your mindset in those moments? And when you find yourself heavy in a situation, ask yourself some questions. Am I focused on the negative? Am I literally making a choice to focus on the negative? Because it is a choice. We are not subjected to our thoughts. We can control our thoughts, but we have to tap in and choose to do that and realize that we have that power. So you have to ask yourself. I was walking this morning, y'all. I'll tell y'all my latest mental battle. I'm walking this morning and I realized that I was back on LinkedIn. So I got really excited. It's me and my husband. We walk together at 5:45 in the morning. And so I'm trying to type in they're giving me all kinds of codes and stuff to verify that it's me. I have to set up new passwords, go through all that stuff. And so as I'm putting it in, he's getting a farther and farther ahead. And so I got it in real quick. And then I made a conscious decision that I'm going to say good morning to the fam five. And there were a couple of people that I needed to let know that I was on outside of the fam five. Good morning, Big Al. And then beyond that, I was going to put the phone away so that I was, connected to my husband while we were having our morning walk. Again, decision, choice, being tapped in. Our morning walk is our time as a couple to get our day started, to do something healthy for our bodies, and to have a little bit of connection time before the crazy starts, because he's going to go his way. I'm going to go mine. It's hard to get me on the phone because I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So I already know that if I'm not careful, I am neglective. I could be neglective in a relationship because I get so into what it is that I'm doing. So I have to be conscious about that. I have to go, Have you talked to your husband today? Have you checked in? Are you listening when he's talking to you? Or are you, on the phone? Are you, I have to be cognizant of that because I understand how I'm wired. And how I'm wired is all in. Whatever it is I'm doing, whatever has my attention, everything else kind of falls to the wayside. And so that can be very dangerous because you show up neglective in relationships and not really present. And so I made a conscious decision. I'm going to be present on this walk and focus on whatever is music's playing or whatever he and I are talking about. Well, it seemed like no matter how fast because I caught up with them, I actually had to run a little bit to catch up with him. So we were together in the walk. But it didn't matter how fast I walked. I just couldn't match his stride this morning. And neither one of us are very tall. He says 5'8", something like that. I'm 5'1". So there is a significant difference in our stride, but we walk together every day. And it's usually like maybe he's this much ahead of me. He was just so far ahead of me. And so the wheels started spinning in my head. What if somebody came by and just grabbed me? He wouldn't even know. He walking so far ahead of me. And all these negative thoughts. I'm trying not to be on the phone. I bet he walking this fast because I'm back on LinkedIn and he thinks I'm not paying attention. He's assuming that I'm back here doing LinkedIn and instead of being with him. And so he's just walking off leaving. Like a whole argument was brewing in my head with somebody that wasn't even, he was 50 yards ahead of me, y'all. And I'm having a whole argument, all these thoughts. And I just had to keep batting them down. The only reason my mom said you're only 5 feet. Nobody asked for the facts. The facts don't matter all the time, mother. 5 feet, 5'1", five, whatever. She always reminded me how short I am. But anyway, so I'm having all these negative thoughts that kept cropping up. They just kept, he, and as I was stretching my legs, striding more to try and catch up and close the distance, my thighs were starting to stretch. My left knee, which I always have trouble with, started to hurt a little bit. I was physically feeling the pressure that I was putting on my body trying to close that gap. That was making me mad. So I got to walk this hard just to walk with you, just to be present with you. You're not even paying attention. I mean, like all these thoughts, and I'm batting them down. If it wasn't for him, if he wasn't waking us up every morning, you wouldn't even be out here getting the exercise that you know you need. If he wasn't within eyeshot, you wouldn't be out here at 5:45 in the morning because it's dark and your little scary self wouldn't get out there and do it. So I had to keep batting it down. He's on a mission on days when you don't walk. Yesterday I didn't walk. On days that you don't walk, he still gets out there and does it on his own. So he's accustomed to that. He's not thinking about you leaving you anything negative. He's striding and he's trying to get better than each day. I literally was talking my way down and I could feel my face because what my mouth don't say, my face does. My face don't lie. My mouth may tell you, hey girl, how you doing? But my face is like every time. No poker face, not at all. And I had to work hard not to get mad about nothing, about the thoughts that were cropping up in my own head. But again, it was a choice. I am not a victim of my thoughts. I am not subjected to my thoughts. I have dominion. I have control over my thoughts. It is up to me to take that control. It's up to me to walk in that power and not go around feeling powerless and I just get to react to every little thought that crops up in here. Y'all, my life would be so different if I reacted to every little thought. That's just one little moment in time. At 6 something in the morning, I'm already mentally tripping. It is 6 o'clock in the morning and I am ready to create a fight because he's walking too fast. But it happens. That's a really basic thing that could happen to any of us. The point is, in those moments, you choose. Are you going to be tricked by that? My mom goes, that's a trick of the enemy. And she goes, yes, that face. She's seen that face. That face has gotten me in trouble over the years. I got a whooping for my face one day. I'll never forget it. It was from my grandma, not even from my mama. She spanked me for how I was looking. So my face really tells what's going on in here. And so somebody on LinkedIn said, I'm happy for you, Cassandra. LinkedIn user, whoever you are, thank you. I'm assuming you're saying you're happy that I'm back. But I can't tell. Godwin says, I love this honesty. Godwin, I get up here and tell my business all the time because I really believe that somebody needs to hear it. That if people can relate to some of my crazy stories, and the same with the Fam Five, it'll help somebody. But I literally could be in a fight with my husband right now, and he wouldn't even know why. Or I would approach it in a way that would put him on the defensive, and then we legitimately start a fight because I can do that. Oh, so this morning you're just gonna walk off and leave me? Oh, I guess I don't even matter enough for you to slow down to make sure I'm safe. My legs were really hurting and you don't even know. Easy, easy if we allow our thoughts to run away and run rampant in our heads, and then we react to our thoughts instead of getting them under control and then responding. Reaction is emotional. Responding, you turn the brain on too, and you pull yourself together. You give yourself space to think and to be and to make a good choice before the words fall out of your mouth. Because once they're out there, they have legs. They have a life of their own, and you have to do work. You can't take them back. They're already out there doing their thing. You can try and repair, but and you should. If the wrong words get out, you absolutely should repair as quickly as possible. But I would much rather swallow those words, get myself together, and have a better conversation. Because he really wasn't doing anything wrong, but I was getting mad about a stride every step, especially when my little thigh would pull a little bit. He got me out here hurting myself. So all of that to say, we are not subjects of our thoughts, subjective to our thoughts. Hear them, feel them, know what's going on in you so that you can make a better decision. If we just react, then we lose. We create difficult situations. We damage relationships. We put ourselves out there in a way that we would rather not be. So give yourself a little bit of space, breathe, take a couple of steps, do whatever it is you need to do to bring that all together, to bring it in. And then when you do speak, you're coming from a place of much more maturity. You've thought about it a little bit, the brain is turned on, and you can make a much better, you can create better situations for yourself. Because I was fired up this morning. I was ready. I went from grateful that I was back on to ready to over nothing, putting up the dukes over nothing. So just be mindful of what's going on inside your own head, and that alone can make your life so much smoother, so much easier, so much more enjoyable. All right, so that was my share. Let me read the quote one more time. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. And that's William Arthur Ward. So let me open it up to the Fam Five. Anybody want to unmute, have any final thoughts? And you guys that are watching, don't forget to drop what you're grateful for. Let's get this gratitude train going. So drop what you're grateful for in the comments. If you catch this replay, the recording later, hashtag replay, and drop what you're thankful for as well. So let me open it up to you guys. Fam Five, anything you want to share?
Yeah, I forgot to thank LinkedIn for allowing you back in.
I was back. I'm free. I was free.
Yeah, and
I was not made for the clink, y'all. I wouldn't. So even in LinkedIn jail, I was suffering. So I can't even imagine being in the real one. I just, I'm happy to be back.
Eric's gonna appreciate it even more because he's not gonna get those text messages at 71 at a time.
Right. Exactly. But, y'all held me down though, and I appreciate y'all for that.
Man, yeah, we needed you. We definitely did. So, well, I'm just happy that you're back.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything before we go?
You mentioned something about the thoughts in your head. I think it's really important to be mindful of the fact that we control those thoughts, and we have to
Mhm.
practice pressing them down,
Mhm.
right? Because that's the way it works. You got one side that's saying, "Hey, be thankful," and then you got the other side saying, "Nah, that's nothing to be thankful for." So you got to keep pressing that negative side down. You know, we have both the opposition and omnipotence that coexist all the time. And you have to be mindful and thankful of the fact that you can be mindful to press those thoughts down, to
Right.
always be able to say thank you. And when you don't want to say thank you, step back for 2 seconds and be like, nah, if I'm able to say thank you, then I can say thank you. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yep. Yep. That reminds me of the cartoons from when we were a kid. You'd have the character with the angel on one show on one and the little devil on the other. And that's kind of how we move through life. We've got these positive opportunities on whispered in our ear, telling us the right thing. And then on the other side, you've got that what was happening to me this morning. Get him. How dare he walk this far ahead of you and the sun ain't even up yet? What is he thinking? And then on the other side, hey, he's just trying to get his heart rate up so that he loses the weight that you trying to lose. Y'all on a mission together, but both voices were playing. I
And if
had
you're
a
not
choice.
careful, both of them will turn into that one on the right side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
And
really important.
and we have a choice which voice we listen to. I think a lot of times we forget just how powerful we are. Hey, have a good day. We forget that we have so much power, and our power comes in our choices. Our power comes in our decision making. When I decide that I'm thirsty because I've been walking for an hour, do I pick up a glass of water or do I pick up a Coke? They both will give me a little something, something that I'm looking for. But which one is going to long term benefit me versus where one is actually going to hurt me? But I make that choice multiple times a day because I love Dr. Pepper. I really do. And it's horrible for me. I know this. So I have to make a conscious decision, especially when I go into the office. They're free. We got a fridge full of sodas. And then we've got a couple shelves of water. I've got to reach over the soda to get to the water. Oh, the struggle is real because I want that fizz. I want that sweetness. I do. But I
And
also know that it's
if you
not
gotta
good.
reach over and you only 5 feet,
I'm 5'1". Don't listen to my mama, Brian.
Oh,
She
I
can't
forgot I was
process
on
like she can't
social
process
media.
like she used to. She don't forgot that one. I'm 5'1" and a half. 5'1" and a half, mother. Thank you. Sonia says, I'm thankful for right now. And we are thankful for you, Sonia. We are so thankful that you are with us and you are faithfully with us. We see you either on Instagram or LinkedIn just about every single day. Godwin says, I don't know how to unmute. So Godwin, you're on you can't unmute. You can just type in your comments like what you're doing. The only people who can unmute are the ones that you see on the stage in this mode. We're actually not in an audio room like you're accustomed to. We're doing a live. In the lives, we can't hear anybody but those of us that are on the stage. So hopefully that makes sense. Shanna said perception. Exactly, Shanna. I was wondering where your comments were, girl, because I knew you were watching, and you usually are dropping gems right along with us. So it's good to see you there. Let's see. Godwin says, I'm grateful that I made this meeting this morning. We are grateful that you are here as well. Godwin, Brian told me that the link that I gave you didn't work. So I don't know if you guys connected yesterday, but I gave him another one for you to try. So keep trying. And at the end of the day, just go to ibm.com and look for the jobs section. And if the link doesn't work, and you'll see what we've got available. All right. I think we have managed to handle all of our business, to respond to all the comments. We will be back tomorrow at 7:15 a.m. Central. And tomorrow is Friday, so it's Focus Friday. We will talk about focus and how we use focus to accomplish the goals that we have. I'll close with the quote: "Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving. Turn routine jobs into joy and change ordinary opportunities into blessings by William Arthur Ward. Each one of you guys are a blessing to us, my fam five. You are a direct blessing to me. I am grateful for all of you all. Keep dropping what you're grateful for, and we will see you back tomorrow morning, 7:15 Central for Focus Friday. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful Thursday.